Hey, how are you guys? Okay, I've just had this buzzing in my heart for a couple of days, and it hasn't been the right moment to go live and just hang out with you guys, and I haven't felt ready. But there's not going to be a right moment, so I had to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 it. Anyone know what I'm talking about? All my convention people, have you been 5, 4, 3, 2, 1ing it lately? I sure hope so. Oh my goodness. So it's still not the perfect time. There's kids right outside that door brushing teeth. My room's a mess. There's my gala gown, and my suitcase I think is still sitting up there. It's just a hot mess. Hey. But you guys, it's time. It's time. Have you ever heard of a BHAG? A big, hairy, audacious goal? We're going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about the timing right now. I know a lot of you are buzzing like we just got home from summer camp. But what do you do with all this that's swirling in you? And with this belief and this excitement that you're carrying in your heart right now? And what is the season that we find ourselves in as a team? We had a huge 90-day sprint of momentum, March, April, May. Yeah. And then June has been packed with convention and everything. And guess what? God is still saying, go, tie your shoes back up, go. And so if you haven't seen my post on Team Revive, shouting out Morgan Johnson's team, I love when she calls you all the revivalists. I think it's the cutest thing on the whole planet. But Morgan has a BHAG. She has a big, hairy, audacious goal. And I love seeing her team rally behind her. But I want to hear from all of you, what's your goal? What is that big goal that's next for you that might even seem so big that you wonder if you can even reach it? What is that goal that seems so crazy that you're like, I should just go for that this fall instead? What is the goal and what is your timestamp? You know, I had talked with several people while we were at convention. They were like, oh my goodness, I heard Diamond for You next month. And I was like, yes. And so they were asking me about it. And I said, you know what? Do you know one of the biggest driving forces for me in going for it next month is to set the pace and to do exactly what I'm asking of you guys to do. It's just what God is saying to do, number one. But I want to put action where my mouth is, you know? Because if I was to sit back and be like, yeah, Diamond's our next rank, maybe we'll just go for it in the fall, then that gives you excuse to do the same thing and be like, oh yeah, gold's going to be awesome. I'll go gold in the fall when Krista goes diamond. Oh yeah, senior gold, ruby, senior ruby, whatever it is. You too could have been like, yeah, we'll just whatever, the kids are home for the summer, we'll just hang out. When Krista goes for diamond in the fall, we'll just hit that rank too. I'll go for it later. And it's so easy to make excuses, right? Or to just shrink back, or to protect our hearts. Often, that's all we're doing is we're protecting our hearts. We're protecting ourselves from getting our hopes up, lest they be dashed, right? It's a protective mechanism to make excuses or to pull back. And so I really want to just kind of, I don't know what the word is I'm even looking for, charge the way, lead the charge. I don't know. Shake maracas. But no, I really just have it in me that you guys, it's time. You don't need to waste any more time. You don't. Now, if you're going through a crisis right now, and know your season, okay? So I realize I'm talking to a lot of people. So number one, pursue the Lord and what he's saying over your life, your family, your business, your season right now, okay? Blanket statement. But there's something in my heart that wants to wake up some of you and let you know it's time. Like it's time. And for some of you, it means you need to hit your goal this month. And I know there's only how many days left of the month, and I don't care. You need to go ahead and hit it this month. And there's some of you that you're going to go for it in July, and it's your month. And there's some of you that after looking at numbers and strategy with your upline, you're like, okay, I'm putting this many people in July and June, and I'm going for it in August. If you've set the goal past that, you're slowing yourself down. There's no reason. With what is happening right now in the company, there's no reason, unless you're going through crisis or unless the Lord has parted the heavens and said, no. Okay? Disclaimer. There's not a reason to put a stamp past August. So I want to equip you to make your run and to pull off the weights that have entangled you and slowed you down and help fan your flame to run your race. If you have more than 20 people on your team, but you haven't reached gold yet, you're holding yourself back. It's time to go gold. And the only thing holding yourself back is right here. And so it's time to take some time with your upline, with a coach, with a counselor, with a friend, with your spouse, with somebody, with Jesus, and sit down and figure out what is the stuff going on right here. What's the head trash that's held you back? If you have 20 people on your team, but there's not a gold ambassador next to your name, we got to pinpoint it here. That's the only thing keeping you from that. If you have 50 people on your team, but you're not yet a senior gold ambassador, let's pinpoint it. Let's nip it in the bud. It's time now. If you have 100 people on your team and you haven't hit ruby yet, we're going to pinpoint what happened up here. We're going to pinpoint what's held you back, and we're going to go for it now. You catching where I'm going with this? It's just time. It's too easy, kind of, to just sit back and be like, oh my goodness. Well, either like make excuses, right? Like, oh, the people in my area just aren't very motivated. Or I don't even know. What are the excuses? I can't think of. I don't know. Life is busy. Hello, sister. I know. If anyone knows, let me tell you, I know. I'm chronically behind on my entire life all the time. Like, all the time. Okay? So I get it. I just don't want to see you hold yourself back anymore. It's time. And you hitting your rank during the summer months counts as credits for Leaders Retreat. Stop holding yourself back. If you have said out loud, I don't even know if I can earn Leaders Retreat, nip it and don't let that come out of your mouth again. I'm serious. I love you too much. Do you know how uncomfortable it is for me to be like this with you guys? I'm not a red personality and I'm having to pretend that I am one. My heart is racing and my knees are going like this together because this is not my cup of tea, and it's why I've wanted to put it off. And so it's why I had to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 it. Okay? It's just time. I'm tired of seeing the people I love hold themselves back from what God's told them to do. So many of you guys have had these moments in your heart where you're like, I know I'm supposed to do this. And fear got in the way. Confusion got in the way. The what ifs got in the way. Life got in the way. You've held yourself back. You have. Nobody else. You have. Do you hear me? No one else has held you back. Not your upline, don't ever blame them again. And it wasn't your downline either, don't you dare blame them. And it's not your family, your spouse, nothing. It's you, and it's what you tell yourself right here. How do I know that? Because I've played the game. I've been through everything you're walking through. Everything. You think I've never had people criticize me? It's happened. You think I've never cried and said, God, just let me quit because I'm a failure? It's happened all the time. All the time. Do you think I've never been scared out of my mind? Yes. I've been scared of failure, and I've also been scared of success. I've been scared of myself. I've been scared of everything and everybody. Oh, the whole thing's been scary. My goodness sakes, you guys. It's time. It's time. I'm going to say this one more time. If you have 20 people on your team and you're not gold, it's time. If you have 50 people on your team and you're not senior gold, it's time. All it is a matter of execution. All it is a matter of intentionality. All it is a matter of saying, that's it, I'm going for it. I'm drawing my line in the sand. I'm done making excuses, and I'm getting it done right now. And your right now might be June. Your right now might be July. Your right now might be August. And if you've put it past that, you're slowing yourself down. And so I'm calling it out tonight. I can't believe I'm talking this strong to you right now. Can I now just wrap my arms around the phone, tell you I love you, and that I'm saying this in love because I care that much about you and I'm that confident in the season that we find ourselves in. When you're in a season of momentum, you take hold of it. I don't want any of you making excuses and then 5 years from now, 10 years from now, looking back saying, I wish I woulda, coulda. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to your family. Don't do it to the calling. What we do here is not the fullness of our callings on our lives. What we're doing here is funding callings. It's funding ministries, and it's giving you the capacity of time freedom and financial freedom to walk out the plan of God on your life. So let's get moving. Let's get it done. Deal? All right. Happy Monday, you guys. Love y'all.